Hi, I'm Bruce Newton.
And I'm Linda Newton, and this is Answers from Mom and Dad. We're going to talk today about giving each other permission to coach. You married somebody who you thought was pretty smart. And so when
At least at the time you thought they were smart.
At the time. And so when a decision needs to be made, it's important to consider that person's view on the decision. But we can easily get very territorial. For men, sometimes it's with the money, and for women, it's with the kids. And so a gal will refuse any influence from her husband when it comes to the child rearing, and he might get real rigid and territorial when it comes to making decisions about money.
Yeah. And just because the other person may not have as much expertise as you does not mean they don't have a valuable view. But what we tend to do is shut each other out. And sometimes it's because we're very sensitive. We feel like any question is a question of us, of our very integrity or of our expertise. And so we won't listen to anything. But we have to be willing to be coached by our partner. Both directions, each way. Yeah. It happens from each direction because that's what's called a marriage. Yeah. And if everybody's shut out of a territory, then you really have two separate worlds living in one home.
Yeah, you're a team. So we work together. And I listen to what you have to say to me. I listen openly. I receive it. I process it. Now, the truth is we may not always take the other person's input, but we owe it to them to listen, to process, to hear, to absorb.
To respect. Yeah. To respect that point of view. To be able to say, even in the end, I really understand what you're saying, and I respect that fully. Yeah. I'm still going to make a choice to do this, but I've listened to you. I hear what you're saying. I respect it. But I've been assigned this territory to do, and so, but we're a married couple, so we're coming to this conclusion together.
Right. And you might change your mind because your partner has spoken influence into you.
Definitely.
So consider that and give each other permission to coach. It will reduce a lot of resentment in the relationship.
You know, if I could just add this last thing, in almost 40 years of marriage, we've never had, I'm going to say maybe one or two times in our marriage, a time when one of us would say, you know what, I hear what you're saying, but I'm going a different direction. Most of the time, we wait until there's a unanimous feeling between us before we make any important decision about moves, about finances, about kids, you name it.
Yeah, and it's worked pretty well. 40 years.
Worked pretty well. It's kept us together.
Yeah.
So hoping that you'll do the same, respect your partner, and they will respect you back, and that's going to make a better marriage for both of you.
Enjoy that coaching, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time, Coach.